I really do appreciate you for having me here. My name is Theodore, Teddy Bear Schiele affectionately. You can call me Teddy. I first want to thank Venture X for having me. I want to thank Mr. Jim. If you don't know what Venture X stands for, it's not just about a place here where you can get office space or a place to do podcasts or other things. It's a place where you find family, you find camaraderie, you find organization structure here to fit any size business you have. And lastly, I'd like to thank Audrey, who's the new GM now. So when you see her, ask for some money, breakfast is on her. But thank you guys. It is my humble pleasure to be in front of you. Today we're going to be talking about the circle of growth. It's something that I created and it's near and dear to my heart. The first stage of the circle of growth I want to talk to you guys about is our comfort zone. In our comfort zone, most of us, we pretty much can self-explanatory espouse what a comfort zone is per se. But I want you to visualize it differently. I want you to think about that 3 feet around you that we use as our safety net to bag people off, to get people out of our areas of discomfort. So what most people don't understand about that comfort zone, it's not built in paper, it's not built in wood, it's built in brick. And our comfort zone, it's not a good or a bad thing, it's just a thing. And it's built by a bunch of different things. Let me give you an explanation of that. It's built by us and what we go through. It's built by the pressures and the stresses that people put on our lives. It's built by our teachers. It's built by politicians. It's built by the many people that organize things around us. So you may have a brick that go down around you in that circle, and it may say, stay here. You're never going to be president of the United States. Stay here. You're never going to be wealthy. Stay here. You're never going to go outside of this zone because you don't deserve to be outside of this zone. So our comfort zone is not a good or a bad thing. It's just a place. And we feel well protected in it because it takes a long time to build for the most part. And it's built of stone, so we feel secure in it. And many of us never step outside of that comfort zone. But I want to talk to you about this one thing. How do we get out of it? It's not just a mindset. We've heard many speakers, many consultants like myself, many leadership coaches or consultants like myself say it's a mindset. Mindset is part of it. But recognizing where you're at and the correlation to where you stand is just equally as important as understanding that comfort zone and how to get out of it. I want to talk about something, and my wife and I sometimes listen to her parent our child. We have a little beautiful daughter, Sophia. And sometimes I hear a bunch of Spanish words going around, and I don't know what she's saying. And for the most part, when my daughter hears these words, she gets scared. And she instantly runs into her comfort zone because she know mama ain't playing. And I'm still trying to figure out, what are these words? And so I'm sitting there kind of putting them together, getting my Spanish together as best as I can. And I make out one word. Chocolate. And I'm wondering, why does when mama say chocolate, does my little daughter take off and she run? And she gets whatever mom is getting on her about, she automatically gets straight and she runs into that comfort zone and she knows, oh, I'm terrified right now. So me, personally, I grew up in Louisiana, so there wasn't a lot of Spanish around. There wasn't a lot of understanding of Spanish culture. So I don't know what a chocolate is. So one day, my daughter was getting the chocolate business. So I asked my wife, what is a chocolate? And she pull her shoe off, she hold it up, says the slipper. And also I look at my daughter, me and my daughter look at each other, and we both run into that comfort zone. Because now I'm scared. Because now I realize what the chocolate is. And you know, just what I'm talking about in life is perspective. Once we're so secure knowing we have to run, we run. We go back into that place of security. So for me, now that I understand what the chocolate is, when me and my daughter both here, we know, get it right. And that leads me to the next place, because we have to peel back these bricks around us, because we feel like it's security is great. But how can you grow if you never take a step forward in any direction? Because now I just told you that space around you, you can't step in any direction. So this is what scares a lot of people. This is what scares most people. It's that space of adversity, because the next circle around, it's made of paper. But getting past that stone, it's not thick to get past that adversity. It's just a matter of stepping outside of those stones, peeling back those stones, and taking that step. And this is the thing that next circle, that adversity circle, how it works. Every step you make into an unknown territory is a brand new step. So if we know anything about life, you're gonna get cuts, you're gonna get scrapes, you're gonna get bruises, you're gonna get hurt a little bit. So that adversity is gonna sting a little bit. It's not gonna break you guys. It's not gonna destroy you. It's not going to do anything other than strengthen your resistance. But you gotta understand that those cuts, those scrapes, it's new territory. Because a lot of what a generational curse is, nobody stepped outside of their comfort zone. Nobody stepped outside of social norm. Our mom may not have stepped out of where she was to be what she needed to be. Our grandmother may not have taken that step. Our great-grandmother. So it's a generational curse type of concept. But you are a pioneer. You are a visionary. You are the first person taking this step. So now you yourself, you're getting the nicks. You're getting the cuts. You're getting the bruises. Embrace it. You may be bringing brother along with you who never went to college, but now he's going to college, but you see your cuts and scrapes and see that they don't hurt. You may be bringing your auntie with you who had a child when she was young, so she never experienced the career she wanted to do, so now she's going to re-career. She's going to re-image herself. You may be bringing a lot of people along with you when you take that step outside of the comfort zone, because it's not just about you. It's about a community. Like Mr. Jim is building here at Venture X, we're building that same thing one person at a time. We're building that level of discomfort. We're disrupting what's going on right now. We're shaking up what's going on right now. We're kicking down those stones around us that people used to trap us in, that situations used to trap us in, that circumstance trapped us in, or that we put ourselves in. And I tell you, the thing about community, the thing about growing, we have to take that first step unknowing. We don't know what comes next. We don't know what happens next, because nobody has pioneered that before. But back in Louisiana, we have an old saying, in bad times, put on a good face. I want y'all to look at how many of you have this paper in front of you. And I'm gonna pick on one of my closest friends, because I know in the community that Abuelita says something a lot like this. So Ed, we're gonna all say it together on the count of three, but he's gonna lead it.
Everybody have their paper?
Everybody got your paper?
You're gonna say the red in Spanish.
You're gonna say it in Spanish, you see it?
All right, here we go. A mal tiempo, buena cara.
So on the count of three, because it's some learning going on. We're having fun. This is interactive. Like I said, in Louisiana, what we call it is, in bad times, put on a good face. So 1, 2, 3. Learning is taking place. That's amazing, because, see, my wife, when I talk about that, it's odd that we come from two different parts of the world, yet her Abuelita said something so similar to my grandmother in that regard. So now, you know what? We're striding, we're stepping, we have a little swag to our step. So now it's time for us to step into growth. What is growth? See, the thing about it is, a lot of pastors try to tell us what growth is. A lot of politicians try to tell us what growth is. You got Sanjay Gupta on TV telling us what economic growth is. You got all of these different people telling us what growth is. My growth is not your growth. Growth is not linear. Growth is not one size fits all. So for us to understand that final circle, we must understand ourselves. For me, growth is, I have a big family, and I one day dream that I'll have land and space big enough for them all to one day be in one place, a place where we all as family can socialize, get together, and enjoy just camaraderie and family and things of that nature. So what I teach with the circle of growth in closing and bringing this thought to full conclusion before I take on questions is I want you to understand that comfort zone, it's not safe, it's just comfort. Adversity zone, it's not dangerous, it's just new. And growth, our growth zone is all about what's inside of us. In my circle of growth, I teach personal growth. Personal growth is who we are. What we do is our actions. That's professional development. So it's who we are, and then it's the action phase of what we do. Let's say it together. Who we are, what we do. It's very simple. And in closing, we're going to learn just a little bit more Spanish, guys, just to let you know that cultures, and I do this because we're here in a thick Hispanic culture-based society, and my wife, I do a lot of tribute to her in this regard because I realized that our families were so much alike, yet we spoke two different languages. But my grandmother, she had another old saying, and success is not final, failure is not fatal, and courage to continue, that's what counts. So that's what my grandmother used to tell me all the time, like, get up, dust yourself off. Failure's not final. So now if you look at the bottom in the orange, we're gonna work on our Spanish a little bit again. For Abuelita, who's in Mexico, my wife, just to get on her, that's the beautiful leader she is today, is a result of her Abuelita. And we're gonna go on, we're gonna do it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was close. Give yourselves a hand. That was amazing. Listen, learning is taking place. I want you guys to know it was a pleasure talking to you. It was a pleasure speaking to you. And I hope if anything else resonates from what I spoke on today, it is the importance of personal and professional growth through understanding who you are. Never let anybody label you anything. Never let anybody tell you who you are, what you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be. I learned that, and I believe I'm successful at business, and I learned business by understanding what business means to me. Business to me means people. I am here in San Antonio in total dedication to people, family, commitment to community. So with that being said, I want to bring Mr. Jim back to the stage because he looks a lot better than me. That's the only reason. But and just to close this thing out, thank you guys for having me.
Any questions for Pat?
I'm sorry. Any questions about anything in general?
How do we achieve world peace and into no? Sorry.
Oh, ooh, that would be a good one.
What is MSLN?
Oh,
Your credentials. What does that mean?
that means it's a bunch of fancy letters to make myself sound important, but it's a master's degree of science in leadership and management. On my journey of titles, it was one of those titles that I wanted to achieve to make myself sound smart. And during that time of life, going from pastor to politician to MSL, MVP, all of these types, it sounds great. But in essence, I'm just Teddy Schiele, you know. But I thank you for asking. Any other questions?
Yeah, go on over here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, any advice on how we overcome fear of this new thing we're going to do?
Oh my God! You know what, Mr. Jim? Thank you for. I forgot all about questions, but that's a great question. Fear is one of those things to where fear is not an outside factor. Let me teach you how to defeat fear. There's only two types of energy. Whether you believe in magic, religion, science, spirituality, whatever the case may be, I don't tell a person what to believe. I just tell you that there's only two types of energies in motion. There's positive energy and there's negative energy. How we overcome fear is, if I ask Mr. Jim right now, I'll say something like, Mr. Jim, what's 1 + 1?
2.
2. He gave me a logical answer. He could have said 3 and believed it was correct. It doesn't matter. He believed it with conviction. That I know just based upon the conviction, the directness, and the flow of it was positive energy. He positively spoke from what he believed, and it was no distortion, no hatred, no negativity. Now, I asked Mr. Jim, what's 1 plus? You asked me, what's 1 + 1?
What's 1 + 1?
I don't know why you're asking me. What did I do to you? That's fake news. Don't bother me. Oh, you know what? Why did he ask me about 1 + 1? Why didn't he ask me about 2 + 2? You know what? He's just going against me because I'm black. He don't like black people, y'all. You know, I could tell. Let me tell y'all, it's only two types of energies. It's positive energy and negative energy. Those are only two energies in motion. So how we overcome fear is understanding when people are fear-mongering and when people are giving us a logical answer. Doesn't mean it's right, but they're trying to guide us in the right direction. So just like earlier with the conversation I had with you, you guided me in a great direction. So it's a great question that you asked. But you simply told me that the power of love covers a multitude of sin. And when you said that, I wanted to come back to your answer because you already gave the answer, but I just wanted to sound smart in doing so. Any other questions? I'm sorry.
So what is it that you do? What's your business? I understand what you're teaching here, but what is it that you do?
It is a great question as well. What I do is I'm a leadership consultant. I own what's called Schiele and Associates, which is a leadership firm, and we do qualitative and quantitative analysis on personal growth, professional growth, and organizational growth. So what I focus on, different than what the circle of growth, we focus on taking the person from a person who realizes their potential and where they need to be, and we do the quantitative analysis on it, and we take them while still working on personal growth through professional growth and organizational growth. Because see, the thing about it, when I retired from the military, many of us had leadership skills, but we didn't understand organizational structure. So I couldn't say, Mr. Jim, I'm this great leader, make me CEO of your company. So what we do at Schiele and Associates is we take a person no matter where they're at in life, and we work with you where you're at on your stage of development, and we make sure you understand your development. Not me tell you that the Circle of Growth is a cookie cutter platform in which you follow these instructions, you will grow. No, we follow you and help you grow, and you realize the potential, and we just take credit for it.
Thank you for your service.
And I appreciate you so much for that. Any other questions?
How do you help someone overcome the comfort zone? Not as a fear, but as the fact that they don't realize they have the comfort zone.
Well, that's very easy. There's a young man that works out of this building with Matt. He does podcasts here. He taught me something very valuable about that, and I share it with a lot of other people. The way we understand where our shortfalls are is transparency. And when I learned this in leadership, and when he was teaching me this one-on-one, I didn't understand it at first. What do you mean transparent? I know who I am. No, you don't. Because there